What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Curse of Strahd, episode 17. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Ooh, yeah. Happy birthday. Ooh, yeah. Happy birthday,
birthday,
Black Ops.
Cream always rises to the top.
One more trip around the sun, my dude.
Old.
Old balls in the house. We love that. We also love my little NZXT cam where I can look over and go, oh, we only have 4 gigs to record this episode. Looks like I need to delete a few things. Just a few. Let's go.
Your gigs don't quite add up to even a handful.
No, they don't. Let's delete all of these things. Delete.
I mean, we made it to episode 17, but have we really made it?
I think we should ban him from having naps.
He's too fresh for this D&D.
Just despite what the overlay might say, we are level 8 now. We're doing good.
Oh God. Oh, you had to go there. Birthday boy had to say it.
You son of a bitch.
40 just had to redo his entire character. That's not the kind of luck we need going into an episode, okay?
I totally forgot to level up. You guys,
That's
I sat down at the computer. I was like, oh shit, we gotta level up. Whoops.
Of all things, that's like the easiest fix on the planet.
Yeah,
So,
Hype.
yeah.
Fear
Fear
hold
not.
your hand on that.
I do want to say that I am proud of my boy. He asked a girl to prom. She said no, but he had the balls to do it.
I really thought you were referencing someone here until it got to.
I thought he was going to say something as well.
I've been cruising the high schools. Yeah.
I honest to God, I thought this was directed at 40 for a second until that happened.
Oh,
Well, if you do that, well,
No, I have not been proving the high school for
Dude,
prom dates.
Just let it die. You let those things die and don't continue to talk about it. When a bad joke is a bad joke, you bury it just like a troll in chat. It never existed.
let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die.
Oh my
You gotta let it
God.
die, otherwise
You'll start talking like this.
Well, hey, congratulations for your son having the gumption to put himself out there.
That's right.
That is it's a long life lesson of nobody else is going to do this for you, and you just kind of have to get over it. And I
he's
love
only
that.
16 too, so it just gets easier.
Hey, 16 years old, going to prom. Play on, playa. Play on.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
There's a lot of people that don't get to go until their senior year, so consider yourself a PIMP, you know?
you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Adam Scott.
Shooter's gonna shoot.
Shoot a shot.
We love that. GG's. Anybody else with any cool updates before we begin? Only one that we have here is that we won't be live next week because it's going to be both Easter and WrestleMania at the same time. So you're going to have to blaze it up on your own 420. I'm sorry. We will not be here. And then we'll kind of post accordingly. Things get touch and go with everybody during the summer because of family plans and whatnot. But it looks like we're at least going to get maybe 2 episodes a month through summer. And that would be a record for us compared to last year's crash and burn.
We took
You mean
3 months
every
off.
summer that we ever try to play?
Yeah, this is much more realistic. You're already you've almost already caught up to Gladleron as far as episodes, so you've done much better. But who knows? Ezra's here. Maybe Ezra will just go ahead and tank this campaign with you.
If Ezra's here, if I die, I'm coming back as Kelwraith.
Dude, Return of
If I
Hellwraith.
die again, I'm gonna become Kazul again.
There you go.
Sam can stay out of this campaign.
Yeah, you're saying's never coming back. That's
Yeah.
Make him say it's done. But you know what? I was gonna remember his name. Oh, Malachi. Malachi can come back. I'd love Malachi to come back.
Back from the death. All right.
All right. Overlay fixed. Boom, you're in.
Damn, 8s, baby. Lucky 8s.
One could say 2 4s.
Indeed.
You still would get your extra attack as a fighter.
I don't know who that token is below me on the overlay. That's not who I am.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, deep down.
oh my
Deep
gosh.
down, you are.
Deep down. I mean, that's who you are on the inside, okay?
I thought they all wanted to get one nice look at your face.
That guy
before.
got disintegrated. He doesn't exist no more.
And neither does his
He did.
weapons.
Nope.
More
But then he
problematic
rolls
part.
a vorpal weapon on the legendary table, so we're all balanced.
Take me eyes, but not me loot.
Too good. But we need to pick up where you guys left off last session as you banish Godfrey, but at great cost. As you temporarily lost one of your friends in Eros to a disintegration ray from that spectral beholder, only to be reincarnated into a massive treant. No longer a path of the wilds barbarian, but his amulet, granting him the ability to reincarnate with a piece of the world tree itself. You guys picked up the pieces, revived Sigurd, and released a cacophony of souls that Godfrey had been building up since his reign in the domain of dread, Mordent. Upon releasing these souls, Erasmus, Van Richten's son, finally released from his curse of being unable to speak with his father, reunited for the first time since Van Richten gave him a mercy kill as he saw his son turned into a vampire. Emotional gathering for everyone back at Van Richten's herbalist shop. This domain no longer shrouded in the mists is currently in control by Morgan.
By Ilo.
Ilo.
Oh, I'm sorry, by Ilo, yes. I was thinking about the piece. You guys have gathered back at the shop. And an interesting character is there. Long black trench coat and blonde hair, staring at several of the different plants that have been used to combine and make the remedies which you've used to survive so far. We pick up inside the herbalist shop. and this stranger staring back at you with one silver eye and one red eye. Well, you all look like shit.
Well, you could
Who
say
would
that we
you
have
be?
just been through shit, but yes, who are you?
Well, my name is Ezra. And their eyes depart from staring back at the rest of you to fiddling and messing around with the shit that is on the bench from the previous potions that were made specifically for this fight. Like I said, it's not every day that worlds just disappear and reappear. This is a strange one indeed. So, who's gonna volunteer and tell me what happened here?
Morgan will kind of move to the back, not trusting this new person that just appeared.
Are you a
Especially if
friend
stuff
of
will
the
do.
doctor's?
Oh. I think friend would be a bit of a stretch, really.
Well, we had to dismantle the lord of this realm just now, and if that is what you mean by what happened, it cost us dearly, but we have freed this realm from the grip of, what was he, a Godfrey, as it were?
Really? Now that is interesting. So, this was a domain of, well, by looking around things, dread.
That is what they refer to them as. We are newcomers to these domains as well.
I see. So, what were your intentions of this? Were you prepared to take over this domain?
Brother, that'd be on me. I'll be the first to say that I have no idea what I'm doing. I just wanted these poor souls to be free. And now that they are, I just want them to do what they can to prevent this from happening to anyone else.
On top of that, this Godfrey had pieces to a device we seek. We have a job to do in another domain like this. And we were told we needed that device. So you could say he was just holding onto something we needed as well. Our design may not have been to free this realm, but sometimes this is what happens.
See. So, what kind of plans do you have for it now that you're here?
I don't quite think we've thought that far ahead. This has taken me and my comrades a little by surprise. Van Richten may have more insight as to what would happen or has happened. But as my friend Ilo has said, there were many souls that needed freeing, and he was to see that that happened.
I believe we have quite the conversation in store for the good doctor. But maybe now isn't the best of time? As Ezra kind of gestures over to the front of the shop where Ben Richten is sitting out on the front bench with the spirit of his son, Erasmus.
Yes,
Well
that is-
said. He needs his alone time.
That is one of the unforeseen outcomes of what we have done.
Yeah. I'm assuming a good friend, family.
That would be his son.
I see. Particularly not a fantastic time. Well, how about we all reconvene in the morning then, shall we? Give you a chance to freshen up and
Yeah, I could use a rest.
Yes, my friend, death would have that kind of effect on us. I am also beaten.
you do look a little pale.
At least I am still sporting the same body as I went out in. Unfortunately, my
Oh.
friend here was, well, vaporized, disintegrated from this realm, from every realm, I guess. But his beautiful spirit lives on now.
Question for you. Do you remember your past life, or are you only living through the stories that your friends have fed you of who you were?
I remember it all. I'm still me, just in a different body.
I am so sorry. Not even given a fresh start, burdened with the same once desires, regrets of the previous life. Not really a reincarnation, then, is it? More like a leftover.
Same engine, new body.
Well, it looks like you didn't lose everything. You have several magical items on you now. That's a good thing that wasn't lost.
Oh, I found these few items after the battle, but I lost quite a bit more.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
When they say disintegrate, it's everything. Watch out for those ones.
That is true. So, you ran into what there that decided to disintegrate your things?
There's a zombie beholder, actually,
Oh,
that Godfrey was summoning.
isn't this a delightful place?
I thought it was.
Only time I've ever seen one.
Speaking of summonings, how were you summoned here?
Oh, I got here myself, actually.
Just to the shop, or
No, it was the one thing that I saw that looked like somewhat of a civilization still had touched this place. You know, everything else has plastic coverings and cobwebs, really.
it tends to happen after the entire populace is wiped out?
Indeed.
Are correct. One little shop did hold on to a little bit of life in this land.
Yeah, would understand these sensitivities. I can feel it on you as well. Strong connection to the Feywild.
I feel you are a traveler of other places as well.
Very much so. And when you've been everywhere, when someplace new pops up on your map, you get interested.
Almost as interested as you are. Very interesting.
Well, maybe I should save that for the morning. Yes. Now that I know where this is, I'm gonna go back to the comforts of my own abode. And I will come back for brunch. Please tell me there is hospitality services here. Please, like one more shop.
May not be a shop, but there's a mighty fine cook out of a wagon we've encountered here. He should be around here somewhere.
Fantastic. Good. But what a party. Your own traveling chef. That's fantastic.
Yes, friend, you must try the snapping turtle soup. It is outstanding.
I will save plenty for you, but I will do my job of bringing plenty of champagne and fresh squeezed orange juice, just in case our facilities here are lacking. All right, enjoy being alive. I'll be back in the morning.
We'll try to savor it again.
Indeed. And Ezra is going to walk towards the largest plant inside this herbalist shop, and he is simply going to step in, disappear in.
Morgan will approach and peek inside the plant. Not reach in, but definitely look inside.
I want you to roll a spell attack, Morgan. $24. It's a strange feeling seeing a spot where you know there wasn't a portal before, and now the remnant energy remains. Success. Your fingers kind of peel behind this, let's call it ficus, because we enjoy the ficus name. Your fingers just seem to have the grips of a seam here. Holding on to it, you can feel the residual magic, but you know that it won't last for long. Do you pierce further?
Not this time. Instead, I will gently just remove my hand. Not trying to force it closed or keep it open, but just trying to study it and not interfere.
Go ahead and roll a spell attack.
How's
Exactly the same.
24?
What's been your experience with Fey portals thus far, Morgan?
Incidentally, a couple times, and then with the gardener assistance being helped through, or with Argo helped through, but never on my own.
"24. Success. This is the first time where you feel that you understand the minutia of going through the rabbit hole. Clearly choosing not to go any further, but understanding what it takes and the magic that seems to go with it. I want you to roll one more spell attack.
Just because I feel I want it, I'm going to burn my advantage on this.
Mm-hmm. 31. Success.
I love this music.
It's really good.
Morgan. Begin to slowly feel a power develop inside of you. It feels like that deep feeling of pride or praise that you get only from a mentor or of a paternal figure. No longer do you need to question where to find a portal to the Fae. Only what can be the next portal to the Fae. As you are now able to cast Tree Stride innately.
Nice.
Not only can you move between the plants and trees, but you can also use that to go through to the Fae at your discretion.
That's
Yeah, that's huge. He's the Fey Walker.
One I've never heard of.
I knew exactly what spell he was using when he touched that plant. Disappeared.
And it is now on your sheet. And it's not a pack spell. It is an innate spell you can use.
This guy is very interesting. Morgan's definitely getting some big Fey energy vibes off of him. Is getting some good feels. He's liking this more and more. Not gonna hide behind Groot anymore.
Wait, does that mean you could just teleport through me?
Then you are a tree.
I mean, you are a tree. I just have to crawl into your beard. It might possibly.
So, are you guys going to do anything else for the evening? Are you guys going to go ahead and take your long rest?
Eros. That man that just disappeared through the plant over there. He seemed quite jaded with certain things, but I know he said you may have the same doubts and failures from your previous life, but I hope you do not dwell on that. There is always another side of that coin to look at, where you've been given a chance to continue to find the hope, to fulfill the things you want to fulfill.
It is true. I do remember all my past life. I remember all the pain and anguish I had to endure to get to this point.
Yes,
But with the reincarnation, the reawakening from what I believe to have been Maliki, there's a new hope.
I'm glad you see it that way, friend. And remember, with all that pain, I'm sure there were some very dear memories as well that you would do anything to hold on to. And those are the ones you must always remember.
Few and far between, but there are some.
Aye. Well, I don't know about you, friend, but death has taken its toll. I am beat.
I am as well.
We're all tired. What should we do about this? Morgan will pocket the item, section of item, onto the table of what's left of it.
I feel tomorrow we will find answers to these questions when we speak to Van Richten and his strange friend from the Fae.
I know for myself, I'd feel more comfortable not being alone with it for another evening. Just in case anything is left here. Or if other travelers decide to open and come through, now that this seems more permeable to that.
If anyone, should the new Lord of the Realm hold on to it?
Well, hold on now, brother. I am a bit of a pacifist, but I understand what you're saying. Not something I asked for, but Brother Eros is correct, Morgan. If you need a break, I will hold on to it and take some of that burden off of you.
You feel comfortable with this, Ilo? I would appreciate that.
Absolutely. Just hand it over, brother.
Morgan will push it across the table over to Ilo so he can read.
You're going to see as Ilo grabs it, because you've been wondering where he holds everything, because he doesn't have too many pockets, but as he grabs it, you'll see this white fire just show up around his arm, and it encapsulates the piece of the mechanism, and it just goes up in a white smoke, almost like he's holding on to it in its own little pocket dimension that he keeps everything in.
Iro, we're picking up a loop from you. Whenever
I had my mic muted when you said that.
I've been watching it come through on your side via Discord. Yeah, when everybody else has been speaking, we've been hearing them through yours. I don't know how, but we have. I've sat there and watched it come on.
It was when we talk, it's echoing through his.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how that would even occur.
You don't have speakers turned on and not in your headset phones, right? Like desktop speakers you forgot to turn off or something?
Nope, it's ear set only, and I'm pretty sure my I'm running the standard settings I run every game. Yep, headset and broadcast.
It's not
mic.
D&D. It's not D&D until you have extra gremlins from the tech side.
It's all right. It looks like it's gone now, so that's all that matters.
I like it.
That's a neat trick, Kylo. Here, I thought you just kept things in your trunk.
Well, I appreciate you, brother, but I had to learn how to hold on to stuff without ever actually having the space for it. Something my mama taught me. You don't see your family much after you join the organization. The fact that Brother Klaus is still able to be around his brother, being a part of Lathander's order, is something that I could say I'm a little jealous of, but you know what? That's all right. We all need a little family to get us through every once in a while. Like Brother Eros and his new friend, as Ilo lifts his trunk up to pat the bird on the top of its head.
Oh, I did not even see that. Maliki has indeed blessed you. You've got a friend up there.
A little bit of the wilds I brought back.
Well, just make sure you feed them, all right?
He will not be
Have a
starved.
name. Does it have a name?
Does not yet. I only just gotten it.
If he has
Maybe
felt so comfortable to live in your canopy, I fear you should not have a name for him.
Maybe spaghetti. I'll put some thought into it.
Well, good luck finding a bed your size, big guy. This King Croc's gonna slap you on the back of your big tree and ass. And I'm going to bed.
I guess I'll just park next to the other plants.
You're truly an old man. You can only fall asleep in the lazy boy now.
Just go outside and root yourself.
Hopefully that guy we just met doesn't pop out of you.
I hope not.
Well, I am retiring. Once again, friends, thank you for dragging me back from wherever I was going. It looked very bleak. But it is good to know I have friends such as you to ensure that I don't pass on just yet.
It did look bleak, but we could see you fight on. Keep that fighting, Sigurd.
I will fight even harder from this day on. Clearly, it was not enough.
Well, I can tell you that my only regret is Eros is now a plant. But other than that, we made it out. Lathander, be blessed.
One way to look at it, my friend, is that plants love your light. In fact, they need it.
Oh, come on, that'll preach. Come on.
We're gonna put a hand on Ilo's shoulder. Thank you, Ilo, again. He'll help me rest this night.
Anytime, brother. And Ilo is going to stretch and not even get up. He is going to pass out in the chair he is sitting in. You're just going to see him take his trunk and pull whatever the closest blanket is up on him and just over his shoulder.
Some people can sleep anywhere. I'm going back to that very comfortable bed back at the shop. Have a good night. Morgan will beeline for that fluffy, overstuffed bed that he was in last time.
Everyone else retiring for the evening. Go ahead and click that long rest on those character sheets, boys.
Before Klaus goes to sleep, he's going to go ahead and focus on the ring of spell storing that he recently acquired to burn up some unused spell slots. He's going to go ahead and load in the what did I just put in there? Because I forgot already.
Scorching Ray, Scorching Ray, Scorching Ray, Scorching Ray.
No. He's actually going to put heals in it. He's going to put in the level 3 mass healing word and the prayer of healing. So I don't have to burn a spell slot for that.
Who is
Praise
this
the
guy?
sun. Praise the sun.
That's the oh shit backup heal. Because I've been very worried, like I always pay attention, like I don't want to use that last 3rd level slot if I need to heal because we get jammed up. So
He heard he was under a performance review, so he's starting to load up on the heels.
I love
So,
it. And
my
both
brother,
spells are in there. Let's go.
You tell me
yeah,
that
I know how
takes my
to. You just
death?
drag it right in there.
Yeah, perfect.
You're telling me that it takes my death to make you want to be a healer now? Interesting.
Well, but you're alive, so
This is true.
guess it worked out. We both learned something.
Yes, do not let ghosts touch you multiple times. They
No.
take most of your life essence.
You look like you're in good shape now, though.
Oh, I do feel better. But I am beat. I'll be in my chambers. And by chambers, I mean that's bedroll on the corner of the floor.
All right. You guys rise for a new day. Yes, it is. But let's get the hell out of this crypt.
That long rest should have dumped my subtraction, right? It did not.
Your health
Once-
points? You
Once-
mean?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that giant picture of Van Richten. All status effects, as usual, go through your effects page.
I got it.
Waking up back in the new free domain of Mordant in Mordantshire. For the first time in quite a while, there is a bright sunrise as those god rays pierce the veils of your curtains inside your room. You hear the sounds of birds chirping. You need to name yours, Eros.
I do.
You guys all rise. Refreshed, restored, all of your hit points
Thank God.
Been feeling a little bit wiser on top of it in your freshly minted level 8 status. You can hear a flat top griddle downstairs sizzling. And the distinct smell of pork smash burgers. 50-50 fresh ground bacon and beef. You can hear the sizzle, fresh onions on the side being caramelized. You can also smell the distinct aroma of waffles, flapjacks, particularly fortified, enriched in vitamins and protein. Some good old Kodiak cakes are there and ready. You can smell the maple syrup, the butter, fresh coffee. Your good buddy is well on his way to making a feast for all of you this morning. You guys gather around back in around that large table. No sign of Ezra yet. But breakfast is quickly being served.
Morgan will pour out a big cup of coffee. He'll just scoop off a slab of butter and throw it straight into it with some milk. Just you'll see him just start drinking that. This is now a domain of pleasure.
The new one. I've never tried buttered coffee before.
The milk was a little thin. It's not cream, so you have to get your milk fats where you can.
Oh.
You'll see his little dragony lips just kind of slowly blowing on it. He's cooling it down as fast as he can so he can chug it just so he can get the next cup in, because he is very much ready for this.
Klaus is going to do the same thing. He's going to try the butter in the coffee. As he sees you blowing on, oh. Yes, my mouth is super sensitive to hot liquids. I got to let it cool. He's looking around for ice cubes. This is me in real life, FYI. My baby mouth.
Eros, what does waking up feel like in this new body of yours?
I don't know. I was trying to think about that. I was like, what? I don't feel like I would have the same like appetite as the previous arrows, being more bestial.
Morning wood, you son of a bitch! You did it before I could say it.
Just a bit stiff.
You're an idiot.
No, yeah, you're definitely gonna it's gonna crack and creak as it gets up. I think the little bird wants some of those waffles. Anybody have an idea what to drink? I don't.
Well, most plants like water.
That's just boring, though.
Electrolytes. That's what the plants crave.
And fine.
Maybe
Water it
something here
is for
has-
now.
Maybe something here is rich in chlorophyll.
Good, he's drinking the water. This is more coffee for us, boss.
Curse of Strahd brought to you by Athletic Greens. Like every other podcast ever created, except for this one, AG1. You get that with this Helix mattress that you just got up from. Hashtag not sponsored by Athletic Greens or Helix mattresses.
Sigurd's gonna go get a plate of those pancakes. Brother, look at these. And just slather them with the scissor.
Maple syrup. Nectar of the
Tylenol.
gods.
Waffles, Tylenol, and codeine.
Brother, look at these pancakes. They're thick. Remember the Ch4 Pancake Festival when we were younger? I believe you took second place one year.
It was so long ago. I could eat then. I still can.
Oh, good. You're diving into everything. I had to make a hero's feast for our heroes, the freers of Mordint. Yes. I believe that the good doctor will be down any time now. They spent a lot of time over the course of the evening catching up. But they will be
Looks
here
like
soon.
Eros did. It looks like Eros did see his son, huh, Ludwig?
I am still in awe of this. You were no doubt sent here through destiny. I questioned myself many a times if I had become a curse upon to the rest of you. I feel much better today than I did days ago.
I would not call a feast like this a curse.
Cooking is the one thing that I have largely not up.
This type of meal, you can feel the love in it, Ludwig. We appreciate you being here and helping us. Now,
Thank
as
you.
Morgan will hold out 2 pancakes open. Now, if you would be so kind to slide one of those burger patties right here in between these pancakes.
Ah, you like the sweet and the savory. It would be my
Yes.
pleasure.
Morgan will make himself a little griddle cake breakfast sandwich and slide back into his coffee.
Weirdly enough, I was okay without feeling hungry until then. For some reason, that did it for me. That's once you made the McGriddle. That's when I was like, man, I haven't had breakfast for dinner in a while. Good breakfast. I've had a bunch of shitty like Hotel Continental breakfast here for a hot minute. And we
Griddle
just
cake with some American cheese, man. You need that American cheese to be put on it.
no doubt. Big agree.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see Ilo have all kinds of different drinks. He's going to have orange juice. He's going to have apple juice. He's going to have milk. He's going to have a Bloody Mary. And then he's going to have just all kinds of pastries. You're going to see pancakes. You're going to see crepes. There's going to be some donuts over there. And he's just got a drink with each different pastry. And each time he takes a bite, he takes a drink. And he's just going down the line, back and forth. Until he gets to the end and he picks up one pastry. You want some of these, Morgan? I think they call them elephant ears.
It don't look as leathery as yours, but I would definitely try one. They look and they smell like something I've definitely
The-
seen before.
The key is the powdered sugar.
Oh, it's fried bread. Oh, yes, I've had these. Oh. Thank you, Ilo.
No, no,
Or you
no. Thank you, Ludwig, for bringing them all.
Morgan will roll his up to a very tight roll and dip it in his coffee. Little bites of it.
About 30 minutes into your feast, you begin to hear footsteps from the Ermolus shop below. A distinct clop of boots as Ezra returns with his carafes of fresh OJ and a couple of bottles of champagne. Oh, God. Be damned, it smells good in here. Croc just kind of looks up from his plate. Urgh. Shakes his head. He doesn't have his hat on this morning, so his mullet is just all over the place. He looks disheveled, more so than probably he even did in the fight. I would say that I hope that you save some for me, but I can tell by the size of this feast, that's not going to be a problem. As he sets his gifts on the table.
How was your travels?
My travels. Simple, easy. Much easier to find you than the first time. Not nearly as lengthy. This whole place really quite easy to spot. Still an island on its own, but not nearly as foggy as it was before. Quite the opposite. Strange for an island, really.
Well, when you consider who the current holder is of the land, you kind of understand that he's more of a beacon than he is of a cloud bank.
It makes sense.
That's fair.
So, you've gotten some rest. Have you given any idea of what you want to do with this place yet? Or is it still as foreign as being a controller of a domain is?
Well, I have thought about it, and I can't keep this place for myself, and I was gonna talk to the doctor about that. I saw him talking to his son, as Brother Eros told us, and as I was sitting there wondering, how can someone rule the dead when the dead shouldn't be ruled? Why not the doctor's son himself, who is dead, look over this land and be in the hands of someone that's from here, even though the doctor came here of his own volition? At least his son can protect it.
So, thinking about returning the control of this place to another spirit. What more? So we say
Yes.
hospitable to this place?
I don't think it's something that I need to do right now. I don't know what it is Lathander actually needs me to do. I did lose my cool back there in that last tussle. But whenever it's your job to make sure people are safe and you see two people go down in front of you, you feel a little bit of a failure. So now I know what my goal is. Make sure I don't lose anyone ever again. As Ilo's going to look up at Eros. The next time I see someone's leaves fall to the ground, I want it to be because it's autumn. And not because the roots are dead. So I don't think that I can do leadership of an entire area and protect my friends at the same time.
That seems like a wise and sensible decision. After all, this is something that you intended to do in the first place. Admirable, though, really. There's a lot of people that wouldn't relinquish the control when given the keys to the castle.
Sometimes the power has to go back to the people.
Yeah. That I can understand. So, has the good doctor shown up this morning?
I think he stayed up quite late last night talking to his son. He should be stirring any time. The aroma, as you said, bringing all of us together.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I will pleasantly wait for his return before we start getting any to the nitty-gritty of all of this.
That's fair. In the meantime, would you pass some of your drink that you brought there?
Ah, that would be my
Mimosa,
pleasure.
you called it?
Mimosas. Soon enough, you begin to hear footsteps come from up above. As a Van Richten that is very, very tired with bags around his eyes, but a smile on his face, sits down leisurely at the head of the table. Ludwig, I will have both. For a change. I will have one of everything this morning. I don't know how I will ever be able to repay any of you for this second chance. I have been without my family now for quite some time. I thought that chapter was done in my life. Well, Strahd is certainly at the top of our list. At one point in time, at the top of my own personal, was a vampire by the name of Baron. Baron Metis. Baron was responsible for so much woe in my life. An incomprehensible amount of sadness. Baron was the one responsible for turning my son into a vampire. Baron was responsible for killing my dear Ingrid. After I gave my son the ultimate mercy and relieved him of his own curse on this plane. And I killed Baron with my own hands. But my curse persisted. I was never given the peace that I thought it would bring me. You've helped to restore part of my faith. Thank you. And I'm sure there are many more spirits out there that would thank you if they could. As they've been able to be given the rest that they deserve. You gave me one last night with my son. And that is one more than I've far ever deserved.
This was a partnership. You helped us. Without your help, I couldn't have been as efficient of helping Eros, getting to him, or having our luck change on the field when we lost Sigurd there. All looked like it was lost for a while. But we worked together. You as well. And we earned this with our efforts.
Come on, Doctor. You know you was as big a part of this as we were. We couldn't have did it without you telling us exactly how to do it. Looking for exactly what we needed to. Thank you.
He will nod
Yes,
with
you
a big
were-
smile on his face.
You were in this fight for much longer than we have been. And you have dealt with major setbacks, as you have said. But you took the courageous step to pick up the sword again and to help us. You gave us hope to achieve the victory. This is a shared victory, my friend.
I do have one question, though. Who are you? As he points across towards Ezra. how can I put this? Really, I don't mean to bring the mood down this morning. It seems as if you all have accomplished a lot, but I am a bit of the past, Doctor. I do not recognize you. Are you friends of my new friends? Not yet, really. Barely acquaintances. I guess there's no real good way to put it, but as a child, you weren't able to treat me. It's not your fault. It's not me back here on some sort of revenge tour. It just, things didn't really work out the way that you'd hoped. You can see the expression on Van Richten's face just fall from that elatement to pure despair. And he kind of hangs his head low just a little bit. This is all quite unintentional, mind you. I just really didn't think that this place was ever going to show back up again. And when it appeared, I mean, wouldn't you all like to see where you died as well?
Where you died?
Yes, unfortunately. It was a while ago. Ludwig is gonna come out of the kitchen, and the serving platter that he has, he just drops at the sight of Ezra.
Is everything all right, Ludwig?
Sorry, your friend, he looks very familiar. Ludwig looks back at the rest of you. I've never met him before.
We just met him, but yesterday I thought maybe he was a friend of the doctor's.
He is but part of my unfortunate past.
You said you failed to cure him. What was his malady?
I couldn't figure it out. I tried my best. I tried everything. I do not beat yourself up over this. We all know it wasn't your fault. No, I gave an oath. I should have been able to save you. You're never going to. My mother killed me. What do you mean? Oh, the good madam. She went by a different name then. Madam Irina Radonovich was her name then. I think you know her as Madam Eva now.
Wait, Madam Eva, that... Ludwig, is that who I'm thinking it is?
Yes, that is why I am startled. Van Richten lifts his head up. Madam Irina is the Vistani who cursed me. Who cursed my family. Don't worry, you won't get any sympathy out of me. That bitch killed me.
That's real.
But you seem so alive and can travel different places.
Yeah.
Morgan will reach out to touch him.
No, do not touch him. If he is a spirit, it can hurt your maximum health. I know this. Do not let the spirits touch you.
Oh, I'm not that lucky to just get to die and wither away. Morgan, you would notice immediately the silver and the red in his eyes. That
We've been touched in a way.
he is the changeling birth of a great hag. Madam Eva walks in many worlds. And let's just put it this way. She's not very keen on having sons. Whether I lived or died didn't matter. Her contrived rage was just an excuse. She was always here to make your life a living hell. Dr. Van Richten. Always. And unfortunately, she continues. Her sympathies towards Strahd, vampires, those that are in power, constantly climbing her own little ladder inside of her head. Your friend here, who is obviously Vistani, what is your name? My name is Ludwig. Ludwig, your people are able to travel between the mists. A pact that was made with Strahd a very long time ago. I think you no doubt understand the grip that Madam Eva has over both her tribe and her people. Oh. A great fortune teller she is. She pulls the strings of fate, creates her own. Is it no surprise that those Soroka readings seem to always go just the way she had them planned? Yes.
You know, this makes a lot of sense. Ludwig did pack up with the rest of them and leave us behind. And she was not too forthright wanting to do our reading when we asked for one.
This is a lot to take. He's gonna pull up a chair and sit down next to Van Richten. If this is true, and you're telling me that there are 3 different people, all by the same name, Madame Irina Radonovich, now known as Madame Eva, and also your mother. Why come here? It seems like you've been given your own new lease on life. I think we share a very similar path. You've just gotten back part of your life. And yes, while I do live, I live under the shadow of her. Given similar gifts, albeit not as strong. Yes, I persist. You know, it took me a long time to dig out of that shallow grave. I don't know what it was, 3-4 feet. It's not as easy as the earthworms make it look like. But I woke up. Separated from everything I had ever known. My body racked from the poison of my own mother. Both figuratively and physically. But I walked. I am not the only one that wants revenge in this plane of existence. But I carry significant news that I think will be even more startling. That myself is alive. At least, after I tell you this, the guilt will be lifted that you did not fail that day. You tried to save me. And I have been trying to locate you for a long time. Since my fingernails bent and bled as I drug and crawled and scraped my way out of my own grave. You're as close as anything as family as I've ever had. I'm sorry that you were burned with the thought that you failed me that day. The only thing that failed any of us is the betrayal of a mother to his son. She has come to me since then. I have adventured with friends, and she has unfortunately given us her boon. Always with a catch. But I have not been able to locate her either for all of these years. Her physical place has always remained shielded to me, and I understand why now. These gifts that have been bestowed, these mists and ability to travel through them, well, they've kept the past out. Oh, but the past has reared its ugly head. And speaking of which, I think there's something that you need to know. Baron Metis lives. My dearest mother made another deal with an entity darker than anything else inside of this realm. One that does not even have a name. They simply call them the Gentleman. He calls. When called upon, likes to make dark deals. Well, I don't know where my mother is, but I felt her presence. And I sat back and I watched, pulling back those threads of fate to get but a meaning glimpse of exactly what was happening. Baron Metis lives in another realm. One you're all too familiar with, good doctor. They reside in the Black Tower. In Dorkon. You can see Van Richten is just digging his nails into the tablecloth and the table as he hears this. Oh, yes. My mother prayed to the Gentleman for Baron Metis to return. She is a petty individual. But more so than that, she is as evil as it gets. Oh, yes. I hope that we do find ourselves to be mutually aligned. And that's why I'm so envious of you. As he looks over towards Eros. I would have given nothing to have my memories erased. But of course, everything has to be cursed. If I would have retained my memories the same way that I did could have just given me one more thing to be angry about. So it looks like, once again, I've pulled the right string of fate. And I have found a group just as capable and just as fervent as my desire for vengeance. So if you will have me, I would love to be here for your fury. I do have a particular set of skills that are as functional as my mother's. I am no stranger to loss. It is not my first time adventuring. And I have been waiting for a long time. To get back in the saddle again. So if you would require your own fate maker, I so humbly volunteer my services.
Well, it does sound like the work we have cut out is getting larger.
The whole list
All
now.
having more help to do so would be a good thing, I think. You spoke of other comrades you have. Are they coming as well?
No, the last time that we got together, one of them got their head chopped off.
That is a grim end.
No, that's not what I heard. I heard it was even worse. I heard they're somewhere toiling around in hell. Well,
Damn.
he kind of needed to get there anyway. He had some regrets, but he was a good man.
You keep interesting company. I guess you will not be a stranger to the things we have seen in the last few weeks.
He also, for a man of faith, had the regrets. Matter of fact, I saw one of his greatest child died of his own hand. He talked about it quite often. He had a deep sadness for not being able to help them.
That is a burden that any healer probably carries at some point in their life. Much as Van Richten most likely did for you.
No doubt. But it is...
Ezra, was it?
Yes.
Mentioned you wish you could forget the memories.
Oh God,
But
yes.
I find as painful as the memories are, sometimes the pain is what gives me strength.
Don't we all love a good dose of masochism? It helps us get through the days. For the longest time, I didn't think I ever wanted to do anything like this ever again. I curled into a bottle a long time ago and barely came out. And when I did, all the friends that I gained almost all died. And for what? Liches and undead bitches. I don't understand what the need to control and persist this life after death. I'm done. I'm done with all of these types and their perpetual need for constant power. I never thought myself as an anarchist, really. But here I am. I want all of these people out of power. I see what they do. The ripples and the waves that they leave behind, the shit storms. There's not enough bottles for me to crawl back into anymore. And once you pierce the veil and you realize that there's so much behind the facade of the material plane that you reside in, how can you not want to do something? That's what my old friends would have wanted me to do in the first place. And maybe at some point in time I'll be brave enough to tell them all that they inspired me to stop hiding.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing, is to find what will bring you out of, as you said, your bottle, or for me, a book. We all find our excuses, put our head into something and not look out to those around us.
Indeed. Well said. Well said.
Say you're a fate drawer, like your mother.
Yes, unfortunately, being blessed with both of these hags' eyes, I can see far more than I ever wanted to. Sometimes, when I'm lucky enough, I'm able to manipulate what I see.
Not to speak ill of our friend Ludwig, but our last partaking in such a thing was just after your mother had disappeared. Didn't want to give us a reading. And we ended up with poor Ludwig here being possessed.
Oh.
So we're maybe a little, per se, gun shy on those particular skills around us. If you don't hear my fellow companions talking about it.
Yes. Question for you, Ludwig. Do you have your Taroka deck on you? Of course. I am Vistani. I never. I constantly carry it, even if I have done such a poor job. If you don't mind, could you humor an old seer in me?
If we are going to be delving down these paths again, I will get ready for some sort of combat. If you give me but a moment.
No, I promise you don't. As Ludwig slides over that deck of cards to Ezra. You don't have to. Where did you get these deck of cards, Ludwig? Like all Vistani, the Strahd provides your deck. Huh. And just who was the matriarch of your tribe of Vistani? He takes a big sigh. You can always tell a hag's work. There's tales. Tough for the mortal eye. But when you've been around the block like me, you can tell as he flips over a card. This flares up. There's a pentagram on one of them. You can see he reaches down. He pulls that entire symbol as it unravels into a long, burning red infernal thread that he plucks from it as it burns up into his hand and that card dissipates.
That was quite interesting.
Are you saying that we've been carrying the instruments of this evil with us the whole time?
Let's just say there's more of where that came from. It's a stacked deck beyond comprehension.
So the benefactor has infiltrated your deck a long time ago, Ludwig.
You know what happens to people who make dog deals? They have to make other people suffer. They certainly don't take the burden of making themselves the sufferer. How many people have died countless deaths? King Croc kind of raises his head up. That poor son of a bitch that just wanted to try to get out of the mist. He never had a chance.
He's been stacking everyone against everybody the entire time.
Ludwig, this also does mean that your skills did not fail you that day when you read for us. The deck was stacked. It is not your fault.
He damn near passes out, puts his head back down and up. I did not know if I would ever have the confidence to try to read the cards or the bones again.
Yes, when the cards themselves are not neutral, you never stood a chance. It is not your skill, friend. It is the instruments that you dealt. At least there is that silver lining.
Oh, silver linings. Well, I had no idea that I would be setting 2 minds at rest today. What a successful morning. And only down one bottle of champagne to do it.
Looks like your good mother has had her fingers in many people's fates in this party already.
That statement would normally be quite disgusting, but considering it involves her, yes. That bitch has had her hand in many a cookie jar and she continues to stir the pot. I don't know what your plans are, but no doubt the good doctor would love to finally put Baron Metis to rest. And there's nothing more that I would love to do than to absolutely defy my mother in every absolute possible avenue until she is removed from the existence of this multiverse.
You said
For me, I do things for my friend, and Ludwig has quickly become my friend in this place. So I, for one, am willing to help you slam that cookie jar shut with her finger still in the lid.
You said she made a deal with Lord Strahd at the beginning to gain. And if that is the deal, I would say that she is definitely going to have to be included on our list if we are to have a successful campaign here.
She dies. Van Richten looks back across the rest of you. Oh, she dies. She does not deserve the swift death that I will give her. Well, while I would appreciate her death in anyone's hands, I will make sure that I am there to see the light flash from her eyes for the last time as well. As long as I am there, I do not care whose blood it is that graces the dagger. So, you have a list. Seems like a rather lengthy one as well. Oh. As he kind of looks towards the center of the table and sees the work that's still laid out there since you went after Godfrey. You all have ambition that matches your gumption. There's a lot of shitlords. Have you given any credence to what you want to do first on this? Oh, by the way, you can mark off that Godfrey's dead.
Morgan will scroll through the list looking if Yasha's name was still on there.
Yasha's was on there, but you quickly...
We can get rid of that one as well.
Oh. Godfrey wasn't the first. I like it.
Where is it you presume we go next, friends?
Well, we know that we have werewolves back in Barovia that need to be finished. We no doubt know that Strahd will be waiting for us when we return. I myself will commit whatever it takes to end both Baron Metis and Madame Eva that have driven Van Richten as close to madness as any human should ever go. And ultimately, this will all lead us to Castle Ravenloft when the time comes. Seems that more travel through the mists are back on our table again.
Well, brothers, as long as we do it together. I did it by myself, and Lathander got me through, but with y'all by my side, I know we can do this. But I lost a couple of y'all back there. Well, Eros, we actually did lose you. But I'm glad that you stuck around. Brother Morgan, you were saying something?
Well, with one less deck stacked against us, every crossing may get easier from here on. It's all about what's on the other side is where the hard part comes in then. We have a long list, a lot of things to accomplish. But we also now have more to our side. Looking at Van Richten and Ezra across the table from him. Morgan will raise his glass of mimosa. The new people met on the other side of the mist.
Ezra raises
And I
his
will
glass.
raise his.
Sigurd will raise his glass as well.
As does Klaus.
To bringing new hope to the hopeless.
And Richten will stand up and raise his. Well said. Well said. As you guys enjoy another feast from Ludwig, you guys have to make a choice. What resistance would you guys like to have?
Ooh.
Distance from death.
Resistance.
I say, Sigurd, you give us psychic necrotic radiant.
Yes.
You guys want piercing?
I get slash and bludgeoning piercing myself with rage.
This is an element resistance, so there's no food that I can give you for that.
Element.
Let's see here. We're going up
Cold,
against
maybe?
vampires and werewolves.
Poison, acid,
Cold.
cold, thunder, lightning, fire.
I think acid sounds good.
Or poison.
Poison? I'm good with poison.
Poison works.
Poison it is.
Going for the OG Heroes Feast.
Sigurd will put his mug down. These beverages are so savory, but I fear I've drank too much in a short while. I must run to the little boy's room real quick.
So, what's it going to be? Where are we traveling together to next, my new friends?
You know how we can track this Madame Eva?
No, I don't.
Well, the last time we saw her, she was in Barovia. We already know where the werewolves were there.
I was lucky enough to scry on her with this dark deal. The mists are quick, and she uses them to her advantage. There's a reason why I haven't gotten to have a reckoning with my mother in all of my years of existence.
But if we could get you onto the same plane, or at least one she was recently on, would that help?
Maybe, or maybe the mists surround and shroud her there as well. She will know the minute that I step on that plane as well. She'll be waiting and ready. Remember, my mother has made every deal possible to maintain. Well, she may be reliant on people like Strahd or the gentleman. Do not consider her any less powerful. She'll see everything coming, and she will stack the deck against us.
What is the list of our current target list consist of?
Werewolves, vampire lords underneath Strahd that give you more information about Castle Ravenloft that will help and assist on assaulting it. And Baron Menace.
It's a good. Do you remember when we came to Barovia at first? Do you remember how I tried asking about the man making the deal with the watches? And no one could remember him?
You mean
Feel.
in the Fallen Star?
Yes. Everything ties back to Barovia some way, I feel. We're going to have to go back there. So either we could go back to the Falling Star, go after one of these lords, or go after the werewolves. Either way, we need to get more information.
It would be possibly good to see if our friend Shattermast has found anything for us, or maybe even survived at all.
Well, if anyone can survive things, probably him. He's fought his lycanthropy for quite a long time. And,
Maybe.
you know,
Maybe being a
was that?
werewolf himself, he can sense the direction that the werewolves have gone.
oh, we kind of had that direction, but yeah. Or he might be able to use his senses for us with the hunting of the vampires as well. So there's a good chance we could get some more intel that way. And we already roughly know where they were. And if we have a fate bringer that could get us closer, and now that we know the deck is unstacked against Ludwig, we might have a chance of scrying something once we're back there too.
Heddermass might be our first stop then.
We did say we would help him. And we're gaining a lot of people who are offering help too. It might be time to finish one of these debts.
Has been a while since we've seen him. Who knows what's happened since then?
Do you guys agree? Time to settle the debt?
Read.
I believe it is only fitting, Van Richten says, looking back at the rest of you, that I help you before we do anything else that involves me. Like you said, we are in this together.
Agreed.
Thus, I am keen to take out this werewolf threat because maybe it provides a slight reprieve for the people of Barovia and for the people of our own realm. They were snatching people from Daggerford. That is where this all started. I say it is time we close that loophole and find whatever intel we can, since he does serve the Dark Lord himself.
The werewolves have always been tied to the Dark Lord. It would be of a great service to Barovia and beyond that these beasts of the mist are finally put to rest for once and for all. The only thing that should be going in and out of these mists while they're active are the Vistani. We can't allow any more creatures of hell doing their bidding, hiding behind the shield that Strahd provides. It's what drug you all here in the first place. Let me help and ease your own burden.
It'd be good to know.
What do you say, King Croc? Shall we do it retro and go back to our roots? Some old-fashioned monster hunting?
I would love to wrap this whip around the neck of something that's physically here, besides a goddamn spirit, ghost, or googly-eyed son of a bitch.
I don't want anything to do with spirits for quite some time as well.
Yeah. Sorry, you're not going to be able to avoid that. And by the way, you shouldn't be so negative.
fair.
You have a whole audience of people here that are quite enamored with you. They've been watching since I arrived here. Trust me, it's easier if you don't see them. It's kind of creepy at times that they just kind of stare. You don't get much back. You get a feeling, I guess, but a feeling doesn't help you when you're trying to relieve yourself.
They do kind of stare right through you. Ever since I showed up like a lightning beam for them to stare at, I can see them always. They're not really that lively.
Oh, a comedian too. I like it.
I'd definitely say it's a good time to close this chapter on these werewolves. And I know you weren't with us when we first started this hunt,
I was gonna say that, Brother Eros. I've been hearing stories about how y'all hunted werewolves, and I haven't been a part of it. I'm excited to partake.
But I would definitely ask you to help us finish this chapter.
I've seen you turn into a wolf before. Now you're a tree, and for some reason
I
it's
wasn't a
not-
true werewolf, if that changes anything.
Oh no, this isn't the weirdest thing I think I've seen since we've been here.
As I said, I was a failed test experiment.
Now, brother, you are not a failed anything. You are perfect in Lathander's eyes.
So, but before we go, Ilo, I guess you need to hand over the keys, as you said.
Yeah, that would be true. Doc, I have a proposition for you. I don't know how you're gonna take this, and it's kind of a big deal. I saw you talking to your son, and I got ownership of this place, and frankly, I don't think I'm cut out for it. Since this is your home now, and your son's decided to stick around for a little bit just to spend time with you, do you think it would be all right if I left him in charge while we're out trying to free the lands from Strahd?
If there's anyone that understands what these spirits need that have been released, it would be my son. I think
I
that is
appreciate
a
it.
thoughtful and wise choice.
As soon as Dr. Van Richten says that, Ilo's going to get down on one knee, place his hand in the middle of the floor, and you're just going to see almost like waves of air just pulsing out from where his hand is. And then wind starts blowing even his robe up. And next thing you see is little streaks of lightning come out the side of his eyes. And then all the lights, even though they're magical, go out. Complete silence. Then everything flicks back on like a breaker. Ah! That took a lot out of me. Ah, Doc, it's done. Thank you for entrusting me to do this, to give it to your kin. I trust him.
And I trust him as well. Eros, you hear a voice inside of your head. Don't let them know. It'll only make them worry. I am very competent at being in multiple places. Eros, this voice that reverberates inside of your head, it feels like it's coming from not that far away. as you feel that nest rustle. Up above you, the spirit of Erasmus is inside of that small bird.
Shut up.
Nesting on top of your head.
That's so perfect.
Let's go.
I won't say a word. I'll say that in my head. I won't speak a word of it.
Oh my god, this is like that little worm dude you had on your shoulder.
Goose. I thought about
Goose.
naming him Goose.
Uh,
I'm gonna be like,
I
he
would
told me his
appreciate
name
it
was
if you called me
Goose.
Goose as well.
His name was Goose. He told me.
with your sights set on finally tying up the loose ends of the quest that got you here. Let us make preparations for leaving Mordenshire. If we head back to Barovia, let us stock up on what we can. Give me enough time. I will get us as much of our herbal remedies as I can. Go ahead, everybody, and pull a now minted Supreme healing potion onto your sheet.
Nice.
And restock if you're missing your regular or greater.
Are you throwing the Supreme in chat, or we just gotta go get it?
You can just pull it off the inventory and party.
Gotcha.
We should have one regular, one supreme, one greater.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you've had cards that you haven't used yet.
Yeah, if you received
I did, but they got disintegrated.
Yeah, I have 2 regulars and 2 graders. Just
Oh,
because
actually, yeah.
I pulled those off tables at some point.
I have 2 regular and 2 greater. Yeah. Okay. Forgot I had all these potions. Oh.
I forgot I handed Sigurd all my gear right before it happened.
It was a Supreme we were getting.
Too bad Sigurd was already dead, but cool. As he tries to stuff all his gear on my dead corpse before it gets disintegrated. Hello.
I just refreshed it because I saw you guys' DMs.
Yeah, you were lagging visually to your sound for some reason for a bit. I also heard a bunch of different noises popping off randomly throughout.
I accidentally hit the my one beat button, but
I was
yeah,
like, "Is that me?" Well, I heard like a clicking, like someone flicking a
Well, that
knife
was-
blade open.
that was like the Zippo knife blade thing coming from Black Ops for some reason. I don't even know what that was.
I don't know. I saw it light up on a couple other people too, and I was
Yeah,
not touching a damn thing.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Caps 40s and Black Ops all lit up with that noise at some point. So I was like, is Discord doing something weird? Because I know all of you guys are not flicking knives right now.
Discord was doing something, and that thing was
Yeah,
loud,
so-
dude. Thing was
You were
loud.
saying that I was double feeding, and I actually found it, but it doesn't trigger in Discord my mic like the visual green circle on Discord. but on broadcast it shows my mic output like jack up a hair when people were talking for some reason. I don't know how it could hear anything coming from my headset at all.
Who
I had to
knows?
turn the front knob on my mic down. I turned it down a click for the gain.
The Gremlins are back because we're going to Barovia.
All I know is my NVIDIA broadcast still says that there's a new version available, and I don't want to touch it.
You do. It's a big jump.
Is it?
Yeah, that
I'm afraid.
the last one was so broke.
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why it's.
I see it. Mine said to update too, and I'm like, I'm not doing it right before we start. So
Yeah, you'll
I'll do it
definitely
when we
want. You'll
end.
definitely want to. Yeah, like when I would try to use NVIDIA Broadcast over on my side, on my personal rig, it would light every single one of my computer fans up, like just go crazy, just a hog.
I have been getting. It hasn't done it today, but the past couple days, they kept popping a warning up that it was using all my GPU and I should shut stuff off.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine did that like a few weeks ago. It was saying that.
Yeah, it
Which is
was
impossible.
a bad. it was a bad addition, no doubt. To try to do a little too much all at once. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you guys head back off to the mists?
Oh.
We've came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Wait, that's Ghostbusters quote. Never mind.
Well, brothers, it's another time for us to go out on adventure, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. I appreciate your company, and I know that we can do it. Let's hit that dusky trail. And with that, I'm going to use Inspiring Leader, and then everyone is going to get 12 temporary hit points. Well, you already gave us 20, so no.
we
ignore
all
me.
got
I
20
didn't
from
do
the
anything.
20 from the feast.
Ignore me. I was just seeing
I
if you guys
changed my
were paying
mind.
attention.
Something's broken on mine, by the way. Every time I open my character sheet, it adds another 20. So I just realized I'm at 220 apparently.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, it's doing it to me too.
I
That's a
was like,
feature.
damn, Cap, your Heroes Feast is outstanding.
Yeah, that's a lot awesome. Close your character sheet, reopen it. You get 20 more temp each pay.
I
It's
didn't
an
even
awesome
notice
move.
it until he was doing Heroes Feast. I was like, oh, cool, we're going to get temps. And I'm like,
I'm
Damn,
sorry that I did
so
the
you're
Inspiring Leader, where
260.
we're just feeding temps now
it
on
just
top
keeps going up. I don't know why.
I
I'm
apologize.
afraid to
I
open it
closed my-
again.
I just closed mine and opened it. Now it's up to 40. I'm just going to keep it closed until Cap fixes that shit.
I don't think he can. I think that's boundary.
Yeah, that's definitely a strange one.
Hey,
So
I
what did
ain't
you
mad.
guys do? What did you guys do to exactly prepare for this fight? I opened and closed my character sheet 70 times. I'm good to go.
What'd you do? Power
Hit myself.
word, power word fortify times 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Power.
I told you my flapjacks were enriched.
Oh,
This is
those
the
are best
power word
Kodiak
Alt
gates I ever
F4.
Our word 45.
had. 400.
Stop. Stop.
I hear a snort. I could have swore I heard a snort.
that was one.
Discord's messing up. Yeah, it's making weird noises.
That's
think this
that
is
is
broke.
certainly
Go for
a new one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never seen it.
Why did you have to say anything? We could have had
What the
210
hell was
hits.
that? We're kicking a can.
Quick, the lair action's coming. Quick, open and close your sheet a bunch of times.
What are you doing over there? I'm just flicking the temporary hit point bean.
You know, for all those times someone said press Alt F4 to win, literally opening and closing it is the win this time.
How do you cheat at D&D? with your character sheet. What's good?
Bro. I'm like, oh, what do I want to do before we leave? Let me just check the old sheet, see what I got. Oh, man. Cap's being real generous with those tabs.
All right. I think I fixed it.
Oh, Foundry. You're always whimsical, mischievous.
There's a line inside of that Hero's Feast that, when altered, simply just keeps granting the effect over and over again. And you have to go in and change that from just a simple add. It just keeps for, like, it's persisting. So like you need to just like go down to override, and
You get tap hit points, and you get tap hit points.
That's funny.
So odd. So are we getting the 20 plus ILOs?
No.
No, they don't stack.
Alright.
Well, don't worry, Ilo will be able to. The next time that those go down, Ilo's gonna get you covered.
Oh yeah. Don't worry.
Hey.
Those will be applied very soon.
I'm just saying, Lathander helped Ilo out because without it, we wouldn't have found out the glitch. Lathander serves.
Oh, good. I'll stick with my 280 temps.
I'm at 320 because I.
Is it
guess I
still
just
doing it and you
reached-
double checked it?
Oh yeah, it'll just
Yeah.
continue to add
It'll
20
keep doing
every
forever.
time you do it until now.
There
Now
we
he's
go. I'm
screwed.
at 20. All right. Yeah, there we go.
That's
How
such a
fun
fun
is
bug.
that? Wait,
That is.
you have to fix it on everyone?
Yeah, it's super easy. I know
Yeah, 'cause
exactly what it is now.
Yeah, because it's part of the effect. I'm guessing it got applied.
Yeah, it's because
Everybody.
I did the coding on this and I just did the coding wrong. It messed up this the change mode. Instead of add 20 temp HP, you wanted to override 20 temp HP. But then, here's the question. Let's do 30 points of damage.
Oh, see if it overrides it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hey.
Bless you.
Hooah.
Don't hold them in, man.
Hmm.
Gets worse. Has to go out somewhere.
Better out than in, I say.
Eyeballs shoot out.
My balls.
And that is where we end today because I just shit my pants.
I shit my pants.
When you say your eyeballs shooting out, I just think about that scene with Arnold in.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh my god! What
Yeah, override isn't what you want to do either, because then the 20 just persists. They don't go
Oh,
away.
it doesn't go away.
Total Recall. That was the name of the
Outstanding.
movie I was thinking of. Get your ass to Mars.
All I could say is the eyeballs are not the scene I think of when I think of that movie.
The third boob.
And the little brother.
Ah, yes.
Man, I don't know what's wrong with
No.
that thing.
I'm losing health. I'm dying.
Don't worry, you're used to it.
Add it on manually. We'll be done with it.
Got to unlock a new achievement. You're going to be the first time you died in a non-combat. Just straight up.
Yeah.
On a 420.
Everybody on your character sheet, just go ahead and delete that Hero's Feast. That's
Sounds
a future me problem, and not a now me problem.
Well, you want to delete it or edit it just to give the...
No, just delete it.
Okay.
These benefits, go on.
When I figure out what needs to happen to that code, I'll change it.
Then I'll just change my temp hit points to 20 instead of 420.
420 temp hit points. You're prepping for next weekend.
How many hit points do you have? Dude. Got it.
All of them. I have all of them.
And what hit you for 400 damage?
So,
Reality.
you'll head back towards Barovia. Loading up your carts, you guys will have the benefit of a new boon with Van Richten, of which I don't currently have one yet for you, but I'm going to get one. Figuratively, you're going to receive Croc's boon during this escapade. He gives you a free use of Path Without Trace, and he gives you advantage on survival checks
Let's go.
for being a
That's
Pathfinder.
huge.
Mechanically, you will have Ezra inside
In the
any
party?
of future combat.
Sweet. Good to
So-
see old Ezra back on his feet.
Yeah, you guys will have access to a Fate Bard again inside your party.
Oh, nice.
Cap, I have a question for you.
Yes.
On the loot table rolls last time, you gave me a spell gem, and it had a 4th level spell in it.
Mhm.
It can come from any class's sheet. I went and picked one, but do you pick it or do I pick it?
No, you can pick it.
Okay. So if that's the case, before we leave, I did want to do something.
Do it.
If we have time. All right. So as we're traveling, leaving Mordantshire, and in one of our downtime breaks or something while we travel, Sigurd is going to just walk out into just a beautiful open field surrounded by a forest. And he's just going to find a nice rock in the middle of that field. And he's going to sit down on it. He's going to take out that amber spell gem he's found. He's just going to roll it around in his hands for a little bit. And he's going to cast the spell within it, which is divination. And he's going to ask Maliki, or one of her followers, a question about their journey to come. Maliki, we've been blessed by your fate and that of Lathander and whoever else is on their side at this point. And if you had anything to do with Eros returning, I appreciate it. But we are going back to the land of the damned, it would seem. I know you're not always available to answer my prayers, but as we travel back to that dark domain, I just wish I ask of you if you have any advice, any insight on how we should approach our next task. We seek to find these werewolves under Strahd's control. Maybe even a friend of ours that we've sent to scout them out. So if you have anything I'm supposed to do or some way to help, I am listening. And he's just going to close his eyes and listen to the sounds of nature and the birds chirping and the badgers badgering. Whatever other critters are about.
All right. Casting divination for the first time. Asking Maliki for guidance as you guys hunt these werewolves.
I'm going to burn this charge, by the way.
I need you to go ahead and roll me a percentile die.
Coming in.
Now, this is not divine intervention,
No.
to be clear
This is
with you guys
Yep.
and the audience. These are not even close to being the same odds.
No.
However, go ahead and make that roll.
Oh, what? I was gonna say, let's just roll 100. I can't. Wow.
Just roll a nat
what?
20,
Maybe
man.
it's divine intervention then.
Ugh, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not sure. What's high score mean? Did I break it?
Tilt? Did you tilt the machine?
And you just hear like the breeze, and he's just so mellow and surrounded by nature and his goddess, and in his heart he believes that she stepped in and saved Eros, and he's just more committed to her now than ever before.
Consecrating the land around Mordenshire, specifically when you guys get to the lake that you guys fished in and did some hunting, you notice that this entire area appears as a majestic glade. Everything seems to be in proper form. Pristine sight of nature. And there it is, off in the distance. A single unicorn. Very near to the crossing point in which you got here. And it beckons your call, Sigurd. And the closer that you get to it, the more it seems to lead you. Enriching this land in every step that it takes. All the way back to the crossing between domains. You see that wall of mist before it. And that unicorn stops. It circles back for a second as if it's looking right back at you, Sigurd. It simply lowers and looks like it bows its head in your direction. Everyone else is watching this. I don't think anyone else has ever seen a unicorn in the wild, let alone one that seems to be blessing the ground and the land that it walks on. And as it makes an about face, it seems to steady and claw into its hooves before it takes off into a dead sprint against that wall of mists. And you see, as it lowers its horn first, it pierces the veil and shatters that barrier of the mists. As you see the god rays of this plane pierce down and break up the last bits of this wall that exists, that you know is there, the boundary of the Dark Lord, broken before your eyes. Maliki is with you once again. For the entirety of your quest with the werewolves, the mists will be unable to interrupt.
Oh, that's huge.
As Maliki is with you.
Lathander, I'm about to, trade you in, bro. Maliki been doing stuff for us. Maliki been there since day one.
Gotta reward 100, rolling 100 for some divination, baby.
Sigurd turns to his friends, and you could just see, like, literally a tear rolling down his face. My friends, I do not think I've ever felt this close to her. But I feel that our odds have increased greatly. And I will let her strength be my strength. And my strength will be all of your strength. Let us bring light to this dark place.
Well, brother, she's been coming through for us multiple times. And I didn't think I'd ever say it, but praise him.
You also notice a large biomass in the center of that lake. And it seems to be drifting towards the edge. As you guys look back, there is a massive entanglement of just vegetation. But it slowly begins to lift up with two dryads on either side. As they lift and they place this mass on the edge of the lake. As you all approach, there's something inside of this. It's not just biomass. There are things inside of this. And did you finally get close enough? You look back and see Eros. All of your old magical items are inside that bounty of Maliki. And no, I was not planning to do this for him. I was not going to give him his stuff back. But Maliki brought those back. Not
Oh
RoBear.
my god. Hyra, thank you.
No, no problem, man. You just gotta
Alright,
roll
guys.
every now and then.
Guys,
What?
this is
just gotta give the
not a
Vorpal
divine
back now.
intervention. They're not the same thing. Hyroa says 100, bet.
I'm like, dude, I love percentile die, and the 100 is just all zeros. So when I first see it, I'm like, oh god, that can't be good.
That's not good.
I rolled a 0. What does that mean?
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Gotta respect that and have those items come back like the Lady of the Lake. Too good.
Outstanding.
Too good.
Outstanding.
That's why you
Awesome
roll the
outcome.
dice, baby. That's where you roll the dice.
Pays off.
Dude, I was looking at 4th level spells, and like there's a bunch of great offensive options and cool options, but I was like, bro, divination, like I can reach out to Maliki and get something. Yeah, I'll chance it. I know it ain't gonna work, but I'll try it.
It doesn't a lot of the times, but then it does. Like, I love
I was
us, the
expecting a
loose-ended
cryptic rhyme
RP
that
stuff.
made no sense to be like, travel to the west, and there you will see a mushroom. Oh, thanks. Thanks, awesome. Okay. Gotta eat a mushroom.
I'd actually just read that spell too, because I was looking at it for my spell when we leveled up. And I was like, ah.
Well, until you rolled, I was like, ooh, I think, just off the top of my head, surface value, without having already created this encounter of what it's going to look like when you go back. I'm like, well, we know clear and present, they're going to have to deal with the mist again. So I can give some advice on how to deal with the mist, or be able to give them ability to deal with the mist, lead them in the right direction in that fashion, let them know that that's still an issue. And then you get it. Hey, you roll 100, you get a unicorn to break it for you.
I was about to try to slap my saddle on that unicorn.
The
Here you
big
go.
thing that I was thinking that we were losing were those dimensional shackles. And now we got those back.
Yeah, baby.
And you also have a dancing lumberjack's axe that you pull out of your.
That I had that javelin of lightning
Mhm.
again.
Hell yeah.
By the way, Sigurd, I don't see why there wouldn't be any reason why, when you do call Steed, that a unicorn wouldn't show up.
Yeah, that was
After that.
one of the other spells. One of the other spells I had picked. It has like 5 creatures listed, so I was gonna go with the Pegasus because that was, as close as they had.
Yeah,
But I'll take a unicorn.
yeah. We will definitely
All right.
make that a
Let's go.
a
I have
unicorn.
added
Maliki.
everything over.
He's like, he's already on it.
He's already got it. He's like,
Oh fuck yeah, it was. I was all over that.
all these potions I wasn't planning on drinking, I am now.
Now I got my vitality potion back.
Yeah, baby.
Word up.
So fitting.
Awesome roll. Thanks for the awesome payout, Cap. That's,
Oh, that
I
I,
didn't,
mean
I didn't
that
know
was
where that was going, but that's beyond.
What a perfect
would've
way to
figured
leave
that
Mordantshire. Better than when you
Yes.
found it. And now you're headed
Hell
back
yeah.
out, and you guys have your North Star of who to attack. I've been in my back of my mind when we started this. I was like, how do I want to tie Madame Eva in? And I was like, you know what? I was like, what if I made Madame Eva Ezra's fucking mom? That was a huge cunt.
Dude, you
And-
had me like scrambling to be like, okay, go back to Galateron. I know a bit about her, but where's this going?
Yeah. Yeah. Time to finally kill that fucking hag. And as hags go, they generally do, inside of this kind of canon, the men are usually left or discarded. They're looking for another hag to groom up. So her poisoning one of her sons just makes sense. And that was kind of always Ezra's backstory. So I'm like, perfect. Let's mix it in.
I'm not looking forward to fighting a hag.
Not a RoBear E-Hag, I wouldn't. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good.
This is why I'm like, werewolves sound great. Let's fight werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take on I would take on just about everything before Madame Eva and then Strahd. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick her right from there. I'm like, I feel like she's like a ways, maybe a level or two up before
We need to
we
level
go.
up first.
Yeah, she's been causing all sorts of problems for a very long time. Good stuff. So that's where we get to pick up. We'll go after the werewolves in 2 weeks, y'all. We'll see you guys then. Much love,
John
everybody.
Cena, number 17.
Da, 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 da. Goodbye.